Well, Florida is known for its crystal clear freshwater springs, but pollution, groundwater pumping, and too much use are putting these local treasures at risk.
10 Investigates' Emerald Morrow takes us to Weeki Wachee, where millions of your taxpayer dollars are going toward a problem many say the state's long had the power to fix.
We have to act now in order to protect it, or we're going to lose it.
In the heart of Hernando County, the Weeki Wachee River glows in all its green glory.
It's beautiful.
And it is well loved. The river that flows from the depths of the Weeki Wachee Spring gets thousands of visitors every single year. Shannon Turbeville says it's a blessing and a curse.
Our public land is at risk.
This month, the Southwest Florida Water Management District is overseeing a dredging project along the river right outside the state park. And it's costing taxpayers more than $4.1 million. Crews will use machinery on the river's bottom to suck out harmful sand and sediment. A capacity study shows this comes from too many people using the river the wrong way.
Out-of-vessel recreation is what's destroying the river. Is because they're climbing up on the shorelines. When they're in the water and they're kicking up the sedimentation, this sedimentation is not normal.
The report shows too much human use has changed the river over time, killing vegetation, impacting wildlife and water quality, and making some parts of the river hard to pass.
The only way to protect it is to keep people off the bottom of the river. And the state park has, under Florida Administrative Code, existing rules in place to protect the park and protect the shorelines. And it's real simple. They just enforce what the signs say.
Park rules say boaters must stay in their vessels and they can't moor, anchor, or tie their boats up to trees or other objects. But Turbeville says one of the agencies with the power to enforce these rules could be doing a better job.
The FWC told Senator Simpson, who disseminated it to the public 6 years ago, that the FWC was committed to increasing patrols on the river and enforcing existing rules. But we see that that's not necessarily happening.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission has the power to cite visitors who do not follow rules within the state park boundaries. But it is a delicate balance.
Who's really in favor of more rules? I'm not. But when it comes down to losing something, and if the rule is common sense and not so obtrusive or where it's limiting my access as a taxpayer, I don't see where this is.
Of the thousands of annual Weeki Wachee visitors, 10 Investigates got records from FWC that show between 2017 and 2022, the agency issued 261 citations at the park. Most were for having alcohol. Very few were for actions impacting the river. But FWC is considering what's called a Springs Protection Zone that could bring new changes to how you use the river.
It would prohibit the vessel operator from anchoring or tying up, mooring, etc. That's what the proposal would do.
But it would only apply to parts of the river you see here in orange. Some Hernando County leaders and environmentalists wanted to apply to everything you see here in red. But it's not just what's happening on the water that's impacting our springs and their rivers across the state. We tested water at Weeki Wachee last year, and lab results showed nitrate levels at 0.8 milligrams per liter, more than twice the state standard.
I think it's because of the urban and agricultural. Florida's growing so fast, right? And when when the urban development encroaches around that area, then those natural areas that would filter the water before it made it down to the springs, that's gone. Plus you have agricultural, livestock, and septic tanks. So all those things together we're kind of seeing an increase in the springs. And I don't know if it's going to go down because Florida's a growing state.
A state Turbeville hopes will do more to protect its sparkling springs and rivers.
Everyone, including myself, are loving this river to death. We all want the same thing, is to come out here and enjoy what God's given us and this public land that's ours to enjoy. But we're going to have to change the way that we do enjoy it.
Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
And within the last hour, an official response from FWC to 10 Investigates. A spokesperson said the agency has statewide jurisdiction and will patrol the Weeki Wachee River to, quote, enforce the laws protecting Florida's resources. With our growing population, we've been monitoring the impacts on our springs across the state. To see more, head to 10tampabay.com/10investigate.